Like, we made Lando like a pandosexual, you know?
What's a pandasexual?
That's like someone like sexual harassment panda, man, you know? It's like, we totally did it, man.
Son, are you on crack?
Yeah, so we really didn't want to do this story, in all fairness, just full disclosure.
We really didn't want to add any credence to it. That's part of it.
But Lawrence Kasdan's son, Jonathan Kasdan, has I'm coming right out and saying this phrasing. He's opened his big fat mouth and he's made things worse for Solo. He really has. He's pretty much confirmed that Lando is a pansexual. So apparently Lando Calrissian has a thing for cookware. Really, I mean,
cookware, huh?
He watches Iron Chef. He gets a huge hard on, you know.
Iron Man, Iron Chef. Who cares? It's all the same, right?
It's all the same to him. So he was asked recently by Huffington Post about Lando's sexual identity, and he said that Lando's fluid. His orientation is fluid, and we were talking about this. And we were saying, nah. Look at The Empire Strikes Back. Look at Return of the Jedi. No. And
right.
we were talking about this right off the air just a second ago. And one of the points you brought up, I mean, which is actually pretty good, which was...
Which one are you talking about? I made a few. Well, first of all, okay, so let's just look at it from this angle. Billy D. Williams can't really come out and say anything, you know, because if he does, and he says, nah, I don't see Lando as pansexual or whatever...
I don't see Lando as pansexual. In fact, I see Lando as quite the ladies' man. He was a smooth talker. Yeah, always had a case of Colt 45 ready in the freezer.
But yeah, so if he does say anything, then everybody's going to go, oh, you're a homophobe. And really, what does it fucking matter to this point? If it's not a part of the character in the story itself, then the correct answer to this is it's whatever you want it to be. So that those who are reading or watching the film can just identify it in themselves and they don't have to be locked down to whatever. So if Lando doesn't specifically have any preference within the movie and the audience member wants to identify with Lando as sexually fluid or gay or whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
But don't force it on others.
Like I said, just, well, what about Lando's sexuality? Well, you know, we didn't really get into that, but yeah, well, he's whatever you want him to be. We really don't say, so, you know, he could be whatever you want. So that's all you really have to say. You know, what we're going to have now, we're going to have Lando turn to Han. Hey, Han, you really want to go to Lightspeed? Why don't you come sit on my lap, you know? Jeez.
I can't quit you, baby.
Is that a lightsaber in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
I'm happy.
But like we said, I mean, Star Wars actually for a long time was the most asexual series going.
For the most part, the only thing we know is that people had sex at least, well, outside of all the people that exist, but at least twice, considering we have the twins and, you know, Kylo Ben.
Kylo Ben. Yeah. Another thing we were saying about this is pretty much killing any goodwill that they might have tried to build back up for this franchise. Okay, Kathleen Kennedy, Lawrence Kasdan, Jonathan Kasdan, this franchise is not bulletproof. We've seen other movie franchises fall by the wayside over the years.
Well, Star Wars was a joke for a while after the prequels.
Oh yeah. You kidding me? They were making fun of it. I mean, you'd see like skip parody sketches and whatever. I mean...
Well, and it just... I said this before, that I didn't think Kathleen Kennedy was bringing a lot of her personal politics to the Star Wars table, and I was wrong. I admit that. And she jumped out there with the Force's feminine shit and all this other crap, and she may not be directly tied to this, but this isn't helping. This is not helping the situation. You're creating a very large issue now where fans are just getting fed up with the bullshit.
Like we said before, we don't like to cite Rotten Tomatoes as some sort of authoritative source.
Oh, we fucking hate them.
Yeah, because it's just an aggregator. All it is giving you an average. But you take a look, the reviews I think are at 72%, and they were mixing in Deadpool 2 reviews into the Solo one.
There was a little controversy. You know, they're 100% accuracy. That's so that they constantly have this issue of other reviews popping up on other films to help or hurt said film.
Yeah, and now, like I said, the want to see it, that has actually fallen to 46% as of this recording. Granted, it's an aggregator. Granted, it's just giving you a little...
That's gotta be the lowest ever for a Star Wars film to this point.
Yeah. It's just giving you, like I said, it's just giving you a little snapshot in time of what the current mood is. But I gotta think that you're killing any enthusiasm that anyone might have had for this film.
Okay, well, this is one thing I'll jump on a devil's advocate here, so whatever. Because it ain't going to happen. In no world would Solo open at third place. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, due to all this bullshit, all of a sudden Solo does open at third place.
Yeah.
All these things we've talked about before with the whole Kennedy incidences and whatnot, if they mean anything, saying, oh, we'll have to see after episode 9, that might not be so much anymore. Because if this movie fails to open at number 1, that's going to be a big, like, what the fuck just happened? And they'll stand behind, oh, it's a Star Wars story film. It's not one of the Skywalker saga, so of course it's going to underperform and blah, blah, blah. This should not underperform considering, I don't care if anybody wanted a Han Solo movie or not. It's Star Wars and it's Han Solo. There's no reason it shouldn't make $150 million opening weekend, period.
Yeah, we were reading that they're tracking this movie, whatever metric they're using, they're tracking between 160 and 170 million. I don't think there's any way this movie does 170 million.
I'd be surprised, and it has to be good. And the reviews have been fairly mixed, so I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, even though the reviews can't be like, you shouldn't really go by the reviews because we've said the same thing for any movie, but it's still a good idea of, we're getting the similar kind of sounding reviews from not just standard critics, though, is what I'm saying. We're starting to hear from people who've been to screenings and stuff like that, the same kind of gripes and the same kind of likes and dislikes and what have you. And it's all been pretty mixed. We haven't gotten any like glowing reviews of any of this from anybody, really.
Well, like I said, this is actually one movie that the critics and the fans are seeming to, the fan reviews and we should probably say non-professionals are seem to be in line with, because we kind of fall into that too.
Yeah, we're in that gray area.
Yeah. So, I really didn't want to talk about this. I will say that I really did not want to talk about this. But you're forcing us to.
It doesn't fucking matter, though. That's the problem. It's like, why should it matter?
No.
I'm not against it, but who cares? Create a new character if it's a big deal. If you want to have a gay or lesbian or pansexual character, make that a big part of their character. Write a new character. We've already had 2 gay robots, so who cares? Don't fuck with somebody that's already been well established, because it's very difficult for guys like us to believe that Lando Calrissian is any way, shape, or form anything but heterosexual.
Yes, because we've seen the movies. We've seen them.
Not only that, I'm sure at least a good 50% of us exist because of Billy D. Williams. So
that's right. Your mommy and daddy, when they would watch my commercials, they watched The Empire Strikes Back. They always had a nice, cold, refreshing Colt 45 malt liquor ready to go. It's whatever you need for when things are about to get interesting. Colt 45 works every time.
Your mama saw me. She got moist. 9 months later, we saw you. Colt 45.
Billy D. Williams, I'm the reason half of you exist. You do realize that, don't you?
But this is just like trying to tell me, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's gay or something. I'd be like, what? Never.
Hey, you're a very good-looking guy. You're definitely not a gay man. You looking so fine in those tight jeans. I would love to take you out on a date. I can't quit you.
Okay, this is going off.
Do you like show tunes?
Boy, like I said, you turn on the internet, you just look at your phone, you're just saying what next now. You're just saying what next.
I can only imagine what the comments are going to be like, but what do you guys think about this?
Yeah, tell us what you think. And let us know if you're going to go see Solo, a Star Wars story.
If you like this video, then please click the subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified for all the latest uploaded content. Due to recent changes to YouTube's monetization policies, we'd also like to ask you to please consider supporting Midnight's Edge and its sister channel, Midnight's Edge After Dark, through Patreon. As thanks for their support, patrons will receive early notifications of mini-documentaries, special behind-the-scenes making of the Edge videos, bloopers, outtakes, lost episodes, and more. You can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. Be sure to check back for news and analysis on the corporate politics behind your favorite genre movies, as well as updates and discussion here at Midnight's Edge.